Today on Newsbytes, disturbing allegations against a New Hampshire lawmaker, RFK Jr. in Congress, EU Timmermans eyeing Dutch leadership, tensions flare at the Swedish Embassy in Iraq, and fresh insights into Biden's Ukraine saga. Here's your concise rundown on today's Newsbytes. All right, shifting our focus to a serious matter in New Hampshire and Massachusetts. Stacey Lawton, the first openly transgender U.S. lawmaker from New Hampshire, and his former girlfriend, Lindsay Groves, face federal charges linked to child exploitation at a Tyngsboro daycare. Groves, a teacher at the center for 6 years, allegedly sent explicit images of children to Lawton during their relationship. Over 2,500 texts between them revealed disturbing exchanges, with at least 4 explicit photos of kids aged 3 to 5. Other texts allegedly talked about the couple hooking up with each other, as well as with children. A lawsuit has been filed against the daycare, alleging prior knowledge of Groves' inappropriate behavior back in 2018. If convicted, Lawton faces up to 30 years in prison. Okay, shifting gears to Congress, and a move that's sparking debate. Wasserman Schultz motioned to move into executive session, trying to silence RFK Jr. as he addressed concerns about online censorship. The presidential hopeful was discussing YouTube's removal of his interview during a digital age censorship hearing.
YouTube deplatformed me. I didn't talk about vaccines in that speech. I didn't talk about anything that was a verboten subject. I just was talking about my campaign and things, the conversation that we ought to be having with each other as Americans. But I was shut down, and that is why the First Amendment's important. Debate, congenial, respectful debate is the fertilizer, it's the water, it's the sunlight for our democracy. We need to be talking to each other.
I move that we move into executive session because Mr. Kennedy has repeatedly made despicable anti-Semitic and anti-Asian comments as recently as last week.
And over in the Netherlands, Frans Timmermans, aka the EU's climate pope, has announced his candidacy as party leader for the now merged Labour and Green Party for the Dutch general elections that will happen this November. Timmermans is no newcomer to Dutch politics. He has served as both the Secretary and later as the Minister of Foreign Affairs. With the recent Dutch government fallout and Mark Rutte's resignation, could he be eyeing the Dutch Prime Minister's seat? Timmermans is currently the Vice President of the European Commission for the Green New Deal, so Dutch farmers will be delighted if he gets elected, as he's the man responsible for the EU's net zero and Green Deal policies. He would have to leave his EU position if he gets elected, and in case you missed it, in a video that went viral, he also stated that Europe will be diverse and diversity is humanity's destiny. And the controversy in Sweden continues as last night protesters stormed and set on fire the Swedish Embassy in Iraq. Following this, Iraq expelled Sweden's ambassador. All this was ahead of a planned approved demonstration in Stockholm outside the Iraqi embassy today to burn the Quran. Salwan Monmika, that's the same Iraqi refugee living in Sweden that burnt the Quran in June, was also the leader of today's demonstration. In the footage that has emerged, you can see the Quran being kicked around and a picture of Iraq's leader being wiped on the demonstrators' shoes. Sweden's government has condemned the incident, calling it Islamophobic. Pope Francis has said he feels angry and disgusted, and the Muslim community around the world has voiced their disapproval and protested by burning Swedish flags. Others have said that in Europe, everyone should have the right to the freedom of expression.
Okay, so here's an update on Hunter and Joe Biden's Ukraine entanglements. Senator Chuck Grassley just dropped an FBI document indicating Hunter and Joe Biden may have pocketed $5 million each from Burisma's founder during Biden's VP tenure to have Ukrainian prosecutor Viktor Shokin fired. This information, sourced from an FBI informant, points to tangible evidence like recordings and documents. While these claims await confirmation, if proven accurate, this could trigger a criminal investigation into Biden. From a shocking case in Massachusetts to potential political upheavals in Europe and controversial claims surrounding Biden, today's episode had it all. What are your thoughts? And want to hear the latest news without the fluff? Subscribe now, share your views in the comments, and stay tuned to Newsbytes.